Hello guys, welcome to my video series tutorial to learn Microsoft Bot Framework Composer. In this video, I'm going to implement some of the input type. My previous video series tutorial, I'll explain about what is a dialog, adaptive dialog, and how to implement the text input and everything. I'm going to take the same example. Instead of writing the code, I'm going to use the composer to design my bot. Go to my composer. Here I have created a project called input types. The input types, I'm going to add the new intent type. Maybe the intent type called is text. Okay. Before adding this one, first we have to change the recognizer type. Once you create the project in the bot framework composer, the recognizer default type is Lewis model it will refer. But for our sample, Lewis model is not required at the moment, so I changed to my recognizer type to regular expression. There is another type also is called, it's available custom recognizer, that leave it at the moment. Now I'm going to select the regular expression recognizer. Once you change the recognizer type, you can go and select this input type and click this more options, add a new trigger. My trigger name is text input and recognizer pattern just text, submit. Once you submit, there is a new trigger added in this area under the input types in text input, my intent type. Based on that, there is a event get created intent recognizer. And here the right side you can see the text input and what is the trigger phases and conditions, everything. But leave it at the moment. This is not now our focus. Now focus how to handle the input types. We'll just going to add a new input type as for question text. Once you added, there are two boxes get created. First box is prompt for text, another one is a user input. There is a one more button, small icon is available. There is a other information. If you click the corresponding area, maybe for example, if you click the prompt for text, the bot response it will select. If user input, the second tab will get selected. If you click this icon, the third tab, other tab will get selected. So prompt for text is a bot response. We already seen about this bot response, so I don't want to go in detail about this explanation now for bot format response. I'm just adding my text. Here we'll ask the prompt, say bot name. Hey, my name is input. Maybe we'll call this input bot. Let me know your name. Let me know your name. Once user connect to the bot and they send the message to the bot, text something like that, then automatically this intent get triggered and this workflow will start execute. If you want, you can add multiple alternative. So whenever user connect to this bot, they can get dynamic response from the bot. That's the reason this add alternative coming. Maybe we can add. We'll say, please send your name, something like that. So once the user enter the name, we have to store into one of the property. That property is come under the user input. User input. The first field is called property. Okay, where you want to store store this data, whether it's the user or maybe the conversation or maybe the dialogue based. So I selected user wise, user memory management. So user dot name. And the next one is the output format field is there. This output format, okay, you want to convert your text to the uppercase or maybe you want to find some length. You can handle, before storing to this property, you can convert and storing it. For example, if you want to change to uppercase, you can change it. There are pre-built functions, pre-built adaptive functions. You can select what you want. Maybe I want to do uppercase, so select to 2 upper, and the second argument's localization is not required. Then I convert the text to the uppercase. See here, you noticed I used this dot value. I'm not using user dot name property because once if you add any output format, or you implemented any condition, something like that, once everything succeeded, finally the value gets stored in the property. Until it won't store. That's the reason I am using this dot value. This is a value field. Leave it. Expected response also. This will we'll look into when using the Lewis model. Okay. At the moment I leave it. There is a final one is the other tab. The other tab, the first one is a recognizer. If you want to add any unrecognizer prompt, you can use this option. And validation, as I said, you want to add any validation for this input type, you can handling it in this validation. This validation part we will see in the next video. So I just leave it at the moment. And there is a final one is a prompt configuration. Prompt configuration, you can define, okay, what is the default value for this property, or how many times your bot should ask the questions to the user. That you can define in the max turn count. Okay, other property we'll see in later. Close it. Now I start the bot. Okay, yes. Before that, I want to send the uppercase just for information to the user. I converted to uppercase, so I want to send back to the user. For that, I'm going to add one more response. Send a response. Here we have to use this property, user.name property in the send a response. You can do it in two ways. One is manually, you can type, like, for example, $, and user.name, or this is a way you can do it, or you can use this one, reference memory. You can just go to user and click this name, so automatically this get formatted and it will added here. Now I restart the bots. Bot is running. Open web chat. Yeah, it's okay. Welcome to input types bot. Send input type to start. So I want to test text input. Once user send this text input, bot will understand, okay, the intent type has defined it in the workflow. So it will check, okay, intent type is text is present. So the corresponding action will take place. So these are the action place. First we will define the prompt for text. Those so far have question asked, please send your name. I send like composer. So the output format, we define it to change to the uppercase. So whatever user send the message to the bot, that that message converted to the uppercase. The uppercase using the send response, we are displaying to the send back to the user composer. Okay, this is an example for how to handle in the text input. I want to use this text input, maybe some other dialog, maybe some other intent. I want to use this action workflow. So at the moment there is a no way, because this action binded to this particular intent type text. Okay, so how I can reuse it? For that, we can move this one, the prompt area, this prompt for text, and the send response to the separate dialog. So we can easily reuse it. For moving to this separate dialog, there is an option called move here. Go to the edit button, and there is a option called move. Okay, so I want to move this complete prompt for text and send a response. Go to the edit, click move. If move means separate dialog get created in the composer. Okay, specify a name of this description for your new dialog. So I call this dialog is text input. Description is not required. I leave it at the moment. So automatically our workflow action move to the separate dialog, the text input begin dialog. You can see it. The same code only. So once the intent text intent get fired, the action will trigger the begin dialog. This dialog flow will start execute. If you want to use this dialog in maybe in another intent, something like that, you can go and just call this dialog. That's it. Restart the bot. Hope it will work the same format. Open in web chat, restart the conversation. I send the message text. Let's say name welcome. So its workflow is working fine. Okay guys, next video we'll see about other input types, how to handle the validation rules and everything. So I'm going to take the same example which I already discussed here.